So I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today. I'm not going to do any charts in this video. Actually, I'm going to do something much more important. And I want to quickly talk to you about the importance of having a strategy that generates income from the stock market. I've been working with traders and investors for a long time, and one of the main things that I see is that people don't have a strategy that gives them some sort of consistency of returns. Now, don't get me wrong, linear returns in the stock market are not something that exists. But there is a big difference between having a strategy that basically is kind of, swinging for the fences and one that gives you some sort of peace of mind that is much more steady. And so I'm going to quickly show you, just in full disclosure, this is actually part of a presentation that I give to people. And so I'm going to give you this quick perspective on the importance of monthly income. I'm a big believer in having some sort of a monthly or quarterly income stream. And the reason why most people need that is to get into and remain in the right frame of mind. Because if you don't have that, you're going to be forced to basically force trade and not have any risk management that actually makes any sense. And so if you don't focus on an income strategy, what tends to happen for most people is that they will lose confidence in their strategy or even in themselves, and this is just because they have no return stream, right? So they might make $10,000 one month and then they'll lose $8,000 the next month, and that's a very difficult thing, not just financially to stomach, but really it's up here. That's the real problem. That's why I'm such a big fan of preaching these more income-oriented strategies. Right, so even though I look at the market top down and go down to stocks and ETFs and even and ultimately options, I will most of the time express those views in the trading accounts by selling options. And so let me turn this camera back around. That's a really big point, and so I wanted to quickly show you that. So if your P&L curve, I'm going to quickly go back here to this. Most people's P&L curve look either like this, where they're making some money and then they give it all up again. They make more money and they give it all up again. And this is sort of a stagnating P&L curve. And or the alternative, I guess, would be something like this, where people they're just outright losing money all the time, making it up again, losing it. So the point I'm trying to make is that neither of these P&L curves are really going to help you if you are looking to generate income, right? Because the very virtue of income, think about it this: if you have a job and you work for, say, 3 or 6 months, and after month 6 your employer comes to you and says, hey, John, I'm going to need the past 5 months of salaries back. Well, that's going to be a problem for you, right? A, you've probably used some of that money, maybe all of it, and B, how does that make you feel? You just work for free. And it's the same problem in the stock market. So if you look at all these, there's so many things one could potentially do every single day. But a lot of the things that people do are really don't really have very good reward to risk. And that's why I'm such a big fan of preaching more of an income-oriented approach primarily. And once you have that down, once you know you can make money, a little bit of money at least, on a month-over-month or quarter-over-quarter basis, so there's some sort of trajectory that you're not going like this, because that's not helpful. Until you have that down, I don't think there's really a lot of sense in trying to engage in all sorts of adventurous types of things. And this is just proven. I mean, anyone that I've ever worked with or on the buy or sell side, or that I now work with personally, even on the classic clients, they have really mastered, the ones that are successful have really mastered to focusing on income more than anything else. So anyway, folks, I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.